Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeev Bantia again, and we are back with a new video on your legal affairs for your CLAT and AILET in 2023. So definitely these are some of the videos that you need to watch if you are planning to go for CLAT, and these are some legal affairs that we are discussing that happen on a weekly basis. So you do make sure that you are hitting on the like, share, and subscribe button, and also don't forget to miss on the bell icon, right? So also, if you are not a part of a Telegram channel, do make sure that you are subscribing to our Telegram channel also, and also you are seeing all the updates that are being put up for your entrance exams. Now, what is the first news of the day? So, Anti-Maritime Privacy Bill of 2019 has been introduced. So, the Union government has brought up this Anti-Maritime Bill 2019 in line with India's commitment with the United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Seas, that is called the UNCLOS of 1982. Okay, so India has also ratified the UNCLOS in 1995. Anti-Maritime Privacy Bill of 2019 was introduced in the aftermath of kidnapping of 18 Indians aboard a crude oil container off the coast of Nigeria, right? So these are all the laws, and maritime laws are the laws that are governing the seas, right? The international seas, what are the laws that are applicable in these high seas? Now, what was the key function of this bill, right? So the first was that it enabled the Indian authorities to take action against piracy in the high seas. So now Anti-Maritime Piracy Bill of 2019 is mainly based for piracy because kidnapping and all these things happen in the high seas. So definitely that is something that is required by the Indian government to take steps on. If you have heard about a place called Somalia, which is very famous for its piracy for a long period of time, and they also hijack a lot of ships, and a lot of crew members have been killed in the coast of Somalia also, and they also provide you a lot of protection to the crude oil ships and other ships that are passing through their strait because of the piracy issues. Now, secondly, now the act of piracy will be punishable offense, and it also provides for life imprisonment or death if piracy comprises of attempt of murder, right? So because sometimes while these piracies happen, there are murders that also happen on board. To protect people against those murder, and also in attempt to commit piracy or directing others to participate in it, right, will be punishable with an offense or with a jail time of 14 years along with the fine. So that's what the Anti-Maritime Piracy Bill of 2019 says. Now, the offense will be extraditable, means that the person who commits that offense on an Indian ship across the world can be extradited to India for a proceeding according to the laws of the India and punished here, right? So that's what they are saying, that there has to be a extradition here in this offense of piracy. Now the accused can be moved to any country for prosecution which India has inked in an extradition treaty. So an extradition treaty helps you to extradite that person if he belongs to another country also, and if he has committed any offense on the public or the society of India, then he will be extradited to India and he will be tried in our country. So that is the meaning of an extradition treaty that India has made with the UNCLOS also. Now it empowered the authorities to seize a ship or an aircraft under the control of pirates and property on board. So that's what this bill comes into play for. Now, coming to the next part is that what are the designated courts? So the central government can notify the session court as the designated court in consultation with the Chief Justice of the concerned high courts. Now, what will these courts do? These courts will look after the offenses that are committed by persons of any nationality in custody of Indian Navy or Coast Guard. Secondly, a citizen of India, a resident of foreign national in India, or even a stateless person, a person who doesn't have an identity, right? Who doesn't identify himself or herself with a state. Next is it will have no jurisdiction over the offenses committed on a foreign ship if an intervention is required, right? So this is what they have said, that it will have no jurisdiction over the offenses, जो भी offense होंगे committed on a foreign ship if any intervention is requested. ठीक है, कोई jurisdiction नहीं है उनका कोई foreign ship के ऊपर if any intervention is also requested from them. Now coming to the next part, what is the significance of the recent Supreme Court judgments on right to be forgotten? So there is a right to be forgotten. The Big Boss winner Ashutosh also asked for this, that he needs to be right to be forgotten for all the things that he has done in his past, and the records needs to be moved away. So recently, the Supreme Court has recognized the right to be forgotten as a part of right to privacy. Okay, so right to privacy is one of the fundamental rights of any human in our country. In order to develop a mechanism of removing personal details of litigants involving in a matrimonial litigation, because ये सारे कहीं ना कहीं पब्लिश होते हैं, so they want a mechanism for removing the names. जब वो litigation खत्म हो चुका है, और especially matrimonial litigation जहाँ पे एक बहुत private matters के बारे में बात की जा रही है, so those kinds of things need to be removed. The names have to be removed of the litigants. Now, the bench was considering a plea of a woman which noted that her personal information should either be deleted or masked from the judgment of her case, because the judgment is easily accessible to the public, right? Because आप manupatra.com, SCC online, यहाँ हर जगह आप एक किसी भी इंसान जिसने केस किया है, जिसका नाम है उस केस के अंदर, आप उसके बारे में definitely पढ़ सकते हैं, and it is available to the public. So this is not something that should be involved in someone's personal life, and it also leads to a lot of social stigma, and that's what happened with this women also, that the judgment led to a lot of immense loss in her social surroundings, and though the judgment masked women's identity but revealed the identity of the husband, though which acquaintances were able to link her to that case. So definitely there are a lot of considerations that need to be taken care of in this regard also. Now, she maintained that such kind of public visibility was against the right to privacy, which also includes the right to be forgotten. Now, right to be forgotten can be defined under the right to privacy information, right to have private information removed from the internet in specific circumstances. The right allows individual to decide the course of life in an autonomous way without being stigmatized because of an action of the past. Right, that is definitely true. अगर आपने कोई एक्शन लिया अपने पास में, आपने कोई लिटिगेशन किया, तो उसकी वजह से आपको रियल लाइफ में अगर स्टिग्मेटाइज किया जाएगा, तो दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल. इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द राइट टू प्राइवेसी which was recognized by the Supreme Court in the Puttaswamy case and implicable in Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Now, right to be forgotten came in limelight in 2014 in the Google Spain case at the Court of Justice of the European Union. ठीक है, तो वहां से ये चीज कैरी ऑफ होके इंडिया तक आई है. In India, this right is also recognized under the Personal Data Protection Bill of 2019. कि भाई आपके जितने भी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है और आप ऑटोनॉमस लाइफ जीना चाहते हो, तो उसका राइट आपके पास है. और अगर आपके ऊपर कोई भी ऐसा आपने एक्शन लिया है जो पास्ट में एग्जिस्ट करता है, so you have the right to be protected against it, and there is a right to be forgotten regarding those documentations that are present. Now, what is the significance of the right to be forgotten? Now, what is included in the right to be forgotten? It always allows an individual to control what information is under anyone's access. ठीक है. Second is can remove defamatory and false information from the internet. अगर भाई मेरे बारे में कुछ defamatory है या false लिखा हुआ इंटरनेट के ऊपर, तो मैं उसके अगेंस्ट एक्शन ले सकता हूँ. Allows to remove illegally uploaded content by a third party. ठीक है जी, it is always possible to do that. Now, allows to remove details that have become threat to personal and financial security. ठीक है, अगर ऐसी कोई भी डिटेल है जो मेरी पर्सनल सिक्योरिटी या फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी को थ्रेटन करती है, कि लोगों की मेरे ऊपर नजर जाती है और मैं थ्रेटन हो सकती है मेरी प्राइवेसी और मेरी फाइनेंशियल, so that is something that should be removed from the internet. Now, in India, there is no legal standard for the right to be forgotten. However, If the recent judgments of Supreme Court is implemented, citizens will no longer require to file a case making request to remove information from such search engines and other public platforms because वो खुद ब खुद ही mask करेंगे and remove करेंगे. So this is an entire conversation that needs to be held, and the Supreme Court is definitely trying to inculcate all these international rules and regulations. So, and also what kind of social stigmas it is causing to people in the real life and the real life effects of such judgments being available on a public platform creates a lot of problems for people who are trying to lead a normal life. So that's why it is an invasion of privacy, and the Supreme Court has understood this, and they are trying to take actions against such practices and also trying to change these practices. Now, coming to the next news for the day, that is Indian Arctic Bill of 2022 that has been updated in the month of July. Now, Indian Arctic Bill of 2022 was passed in Lok Sabha on July of 22nd. So the bill aimed at bordering the application of domestic laws to research stations that has been established by India in Arctic region. Okay, it forbids Indian expedition to Antarctica without any permit or without authorization. It also includes provisions of inspections by officers appointed by the government, prohibits introduction of plants, animals, birds, or microscopic organisms which are not native to Antarctica. If there is a breach of these provisions, violators would face imprisonment and penalties. It aims to set up funds for the welfare of Antarctic research work as well as for the protection of the environment there. Now, Committee on Antarctic Governance and Environmental Protection will be set to monitor, implement, and ensure compliance with available international laws, standards of emission, and protection rules. Now, it also prohibits drilling, excavation, or collection of mineral resources except for the scientific research with a permit. If you have a permit, then only you can take those things from Antarctica. Otherwise, you are not allowed to touch the nature out there. That's what the Indian Antarctica Bill of 2022, which is updated in the month of July of 2022, is under your consideration. Now you can read it and understand what they are trying to say. Now, India's research station in Antarctica. Now, India has 2 active research stations in Antarctica, Maitri at Sishmar Hills and Bantia at Laxman Hills. Maitri was commissioned in 1989, while Bantia was commissioned in 2012. Antarctica is the southernmost continent on Earth. It comprises of the geographic South Pole. By area, it is the 5th largest continent and is located in Antarctic region of the Southern Hemisphere. So, हमारे पास 2 active research stations there, Maitri and Bharti, in the Antarctica right now. So this is something very, very interesting for all of you to know. So do make sure that you make a note of these informations that are being provided to you. Now, what are these some lesser known facts about Draupadi Murmu? So Draupadi Murmu is the 15th president of India. So there are some of the lesser known facts that are there regarding Draupadi Murmu that you should definitely know, because she will be the head of the state for next 5 years, and also being the first tribal woman to the presidency seat. It is a big win for the secularism and all the dynamic existence in our country. So that is something that we need to understand, that Draupadi Murmu is the 15th president of India. She is scheduled to take oath on 25th of July. So she already has done it 2 days back. And also the contest was between BJP-led Draupadi Murmu and Yashwant Sinha. Right now, what are these lesser known facts about Draupadi Murmu? So she was age 64 and she became the first tribal president and the second female president of India. Secondly, she is the first president belonging to Odisha. She was born in Madhubayan district in Odisha and Santhal tribe community. Thirdly, she was born on 20th June 1958 and has become the youngest president of India. She was born in Biranch Narayan Tudu and was a farmer in Balosti village in Odisha. Next is in 1997, she became the vice president, chairperson of Ranjitpuri NAC and vice president of the state of SC Morcha of BJP. So that is a big thing about her. After completing her education from Ram Devi Women's College, she got a chance to work as the honorary assistant professor in the Sri Aurobindo Integral Education and Research in Ranipur. Now, during 1979 to 83, she worked as a junior assistant in irrigation department of Odisha. She was married to Shyam Charan Murmu and had 2 sons and a daughter. She lost her husband and 2 sons, right? Now she is India's first president to be born after independence. That is something which is very, very important, that she is the first president who is born after independence. So that's a big, big thing to remember. And this is a lesser known fact also. Now her political career started in 1997. Between 2000 and 2002, she was the Transport and Commerce Minister in Odisha government. In 2007, she received the Neelkantha Award for the Best MLA for the year. She became 9th in the first tribal governor of Jharkhand in 2015 and served till 2021. So first president to be born after the independence, that is something that you definitely need to remember for this. Now, next is, what is imported human embryo and why the government has banned import of human embryo? So there is a huge debate that has been gone about abortion laws in our country. In Texas, there has been a lot of debates that we have done on this channel regarding the same. So there is one more thing that has come up, is that on 20 July 2022, the Union government has restricted the import of human embryos in accordance with the Surrogacy Regulation Act of 2021 and ART regulation, that is assisted reproductive technology. Before, such imports were restricted. Now, what was this important features of the assisted reproductive technology? It asked to constitute a national registry, and a registration authority looks after the clinics and medical professionals serving in India. Secondly, it acts as a defined ART to include all techniques which try to obtain pregnancy by handling sperm outside the human body, then transferring the embryo in the reproductive system of a woman. Some of the ART services are in vitro fertilization, demented donation, and gestational surrogacy. So there are a lot of ways of doing it. Now, what is the Jain Kumar Bantia Commission? What is this doing, and why it is important for you to know about the Jain Kumar Bantia Commission? So the Supreme Court have accepted the report of the Jain Kumar Bantia Commission. The court has also given the direction to Maharashtra State Election Commission to hold elections in accordance with its reports. It directed that to take steps for holding stalled elections in the state on urgent basis, to announce the schedule for the election in next 2 weeks. The apex court was hearing the petition that was filed by Rahul Wagh in 2021 against reservation. Now, what was the report saying? First, it paved the way for the candidates who belong to the OBC category in local bodies election in Maharashtra. Commission has requested and recommended to provide 27 reservations in local bodies. The recommendation has been accepted by the Supreme Court. That OBCs will get 27% political reservation in local self-government elections that will be held in the state of Maharashtra. Now, as per the report, reservations should be provided to OBCs in proportion to the population in each local body. ठीक है, इसके बाद जो reservation है वो statutory reservation को effect नहीं करेगा for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. It is subject to the reservation of limits of 50%. तो 50% पे ही reservation रहेगा. हमारे country में वही rule है, 50% से ज्यादा reservation किसी भी चीज में नहीं किया जा सकता. 50% seats have to be kept for the general category also. As per the commission, the backward class of citizens, including OBCs, account for 37% of the total population, but it is different in the each local body. Jain Kumar Bantia Commission is a 6-member commission that was set up by Maharashtra government in the month of March to look in the reservation of the OBCs in the local bodies. It has submitted a report on 7th of July of 2022, right? So this is it for today, guys. I hope you were able to get some legal affairs for CLAT and AILET 2023. Please don't forget to hit on the like button, and also don't forget to click on the bell icon, and also please subscribe to our channel, and do make sure that you are watching all the videos that are being uploaded. Thank you for joining this live session. Do take care of yourself, and also make sure that you are studying really well for your exams that are coming ahead in next 4 months. So do make sure your prep in full swing. Thank you for joining this live session. Hope to see you all again on the same place and same time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much, guys.